People complain that political campaigns are too shallow. On TV, the commentators argue who's ahead, who fell behind, who said something stupid. Why don't they talk more about the issues? Well, there's a reason. Who's this?
Oh my gosh, how can I not know this?
Who's this?
I have no idea. I'm not doing very good on the government questions, am I?
Yet there are all these get out the vote campaigns.
Vote! Vote, vote, vote.
Please vote.
Get out and vote!
But I don't want everyone to vote because some people don't know much. I went to Times Square and showed people posters of important politicians. Most people didn't know Speaker of the House, John Boehner. So who's this?
I have no idea.
Many didn't know Nancy Pelosi. Who's this?
I don't know.
Oh my god. Well, this is awkward.
That's the vice president of something.
Let's test the actual vice president. Who's this?
I don't know who that one is.
So what's the vice president? I just can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Biden.
No.
Many were better at celebrities.
Tom Cruise.
Justin Bieber.
It's not that people are stupid, but most Americans spend more time thinking about other things.
The average amount of time that a person spends on presidential politics in the course of a campaign is probably about 3 hours.
That may shock you political junkies who watch Fox, but Americans spend much more time thinking about food, money, sex. Politics is way down the list. It's a reason they keep appeals simple, emotional.
There's a bear in the woods.
Republicans run ads like this one to suggest Democrats are soft on defense.
Isn't it smart to be as strong as the bear?
We, the Republicans, we see the threat, and we're going to take action to protect the nation from this. Democrats, you can't trust them.
Jonathan Haidt's research, based on surveys of thousands of people, concluded that most of us choose our political party less on facts and more on which politician seems to be like members of our clan. He says conservatives join with people who worry more about foreign threats. Liberals are more likely to obsess about the purity of nature.
May I please have some more arsenic in my water, Mommy?
These sort of sanctity, purity ideals around the environment.
More salmonella in my cheeseburger, please.
Writer Leonard Lodino says lots of research shows the subconscious matters more than facts.
A professor in Princeton did this very illuminating study. He gathered pairs of photos of candidates from dozens of congressional and gubernatorial elections. And he showed them to the people briefly and said, just pick who looks more competent.
Here's how most people rank them.
And then he made a bold prediction. He predicted the outcomes of all those races based solely on which candidate looked more competent. Not beautiful, but more competent. 70% of the time, the more competent-looking person won the election. And
how does one look competent?
Well, people were using their gut instinct.
For some reason, candidates with more narrow, angular faces, as shown here, are seen as more competent. As a face becomes rounder and more baby-faced, people say that person looks less competent. People make instantaneous decisions based on looks?
Looks, voice, posture.
Barack Obama, for example, better fits the angular stereotype of a competent person than John McCain. Mitt Romney and Obama appear about equal. Consultants even worry about the people who stand behind the candidates. At this Obama rally, people were already seated behind the podium when a staffer, highlighted here, came on stage and got some white people to move out.
If you look at a candidate for president, and he's got a bunch of people arrayed behind him, and I'll guarantee you that half will be men, half will be women.
And a certain number will be of a different race. In this case, the result is that the camera now will see some minorities behind Obama.
There'll be a percentage of blacks, a percentage of Hispanics, a percentage of Asians. That's the way you do it.
I assume it just worked out that way.
You did. Well, that's why you're sitting where you're sitting, and that's why I'm sitting where I'm sitting. Because you don't have a clue about how this works.
Hello, sweetheart.
People have to be cynical about baby kissing.
Kids aren't a particularly good attraction for people, and I always like to use kids.
You're beautiful.
I'm always worried they're going to pick up a baby and drop it.